anyone has a question, they can raise their hand and we'll get a microphone. Yeah. Okay, can we just have a little bit of silence so she can ask a question? Thank you very much.
Okay, can we do answers?
Go ahead. Go ahead, you can ask your question. Go ahead.
Hi. Kangana, this is Priyanka.
Hi, Priyanka.
You've never shied away from talking about issues which are prevalent. And something which is so rampant but less talked about is sexual harassment at work. And now when something is in the industry, with Vikas Bell being at the center of allegation of sexual molestation, as a woman and as someone who's part of the industry and worked with Vikas, what do you have to say on that?
Well, we are here to talk about a brand, and what you're talking about is a very serious issue. And like I said, I can only say that whoever faces a situation like this, it's very courageous of a woman to come out and speak about it. More and more people, I mean, not regards to this event, because I don't know, like I said, I'm not the party involved in this. But generally speaking, that, if women are facing these situations, they should be encouraged, A, to talk about it, and B, by the families, by their environment, and by their colleagues. They shouldn't be shamed, and we need more and more women to come out and, talk about whatever they feel, because that's how the awareness will come about these issues. That's how I feel. And of course, there will always be another side to the story. And then there are people, there are authorities who can decide what the right thing is. I mean, but people should speak up, whatever they feel, whether they're right or they're wrong, they must speak up and discuss it. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Does anyone have a question about the collection? Since we're here to talk about fashion, we're going to pass you the microphone. And I would request you to keep it to fashion and the collection, because I know you want to know about this too. Gentlemen?
कंगना, आपने अभी हाल ही में बताया कि आप अगली फिल्म की शूटिंग शुरू कर रही हैं मणिकर्णिका, क्वीन ऑफ झांसी। हमने सुना है कि आप उसको को डायरेक्ट भी कर रहे हैं, और हाल ही में एक वीडियो आया था जिसके लिए आप तैयारी कर रही हैं महालक्ष्मी रेस कोर्स में, तो उसके बारे में जानना है।
देखिए, मैं जो मेरी फिल्म सिमरन है, उसमें मैंने as an actor and as a collaborator, I have collaborated on the script also, and I have collaborated on other aspects of making also. लेकिन मणिकर्णिका जो है, उसमें मेरी कोलैबोरेशन की बिल्कुल भी कोई बात नहीं हुई है। वो जो राइटर हैं विजेंद्र सर, वो या क्रिश हैं, वो लोग अपना काम कर रहे हैं। उसमें मुझे लगा नहीं कि मैं कोलैबोरेट कर सकती हूँ, और एज अ डायरेक्टर और एज अ राइटर मुझे लगा ही नहीं, सो आई एम नॉट कोलैबोरेटिंग ऑन दैट। एंड ऑल्सो आई एम नॉट एम्बैरेस्ड टू से कि येस आई कोलैबोरेटेड ऑन फिल्म लाइक सिमरन और अ फिल्म लाइक क्वीन, but in a film like Manikarnika, I as a creative individual feel that I cannot collaborate other than as an actor. So there I stay out of it in a very, in a way that makes our projects what we want to, So that is it. I hope that answers your question.
All right, I think there's a girl in the back who wanted to ask a question on fashion. She had a hand raised for a while. I think she's next to you, no? The MC? No? Behind you?
Hi, Kangana.
Hi.
So, Kangana, I just wanted to ask that recently Mahesh Bhatt has backed to up about the nepotism code. So what do you have to say about that? Because initially...
So just a request, we really do want a question on fashion. So we are here to talk about style and fashion. It's really not the platform. So can I have someone who has a question on fashion? The gentleman in the yellow is quite fashionable in his yellow shirt.
Hello, how are you?
हाय कंगना जी।
हाय।
कंगना जी, क्योंकि हम सभी जानते हैं कि हर लड़की का सपना होता है कि वो शादी के मौके पर जो है वो क्वीन दिखे, क्वीन की तरह बने। क्योंकि आप भी शादी करने वाली हैं, तो लाइफस्टाइल के कलेक्शन देखेंगे या कौन से गेटअप में आप हमें दिखाई देने वाली हैं?
Well, definitely Indian. So I think every girl who's an Indian wants to be at least one ceremony of her wedding in Indian wear. So yes, definitely.
So I'm going to ask you a question about fashion now. So what do you think is going to be the evolution of the Indian girl? How is she going to continue to rethink ethnic? What's going to be next?
I think the future is in having your own style of sense, because I feel everyone in these days is a star of their own world. They have their own accounts, their own Instagrams, their own fan followings, or their social circle. And everyone has even, they know camera angles from lighting. So I like this sort of, even stardom is a lot more democratic now. So everyone has to have their own interpretation to it. And Melange will be able to, help all budding designers and stars out there to increase your followers and to look amazingly, it's like have an individual personality and an expression to your style.
Thank you so much, and thank you all for joining us. There's a Facebook Live coming up, which you can watch, and you can like, and you can leave some comments. So thank you very much for being here. Yeah, we had a wonderful time at Melange by Lifestyle.
Yeah, thank you, Malini. About the lady who'd asked me about the question. So I would like to say that such discussions, like I answered my earlier question, that such discussions are very important these days, and it is not to object to anybody's preferences. I'm talking to you, please look at me, because I'm personally answering your question, just so that you can be satisfied. So it's not an objection. If you're talking about nepotism, it's an observation. I, as an individual, my prerogative is to leave my footprints behind for the ones who'll follow me. And it's important that they know where I fell, where I walked, where I stayed, and where I ran. So it's important for me that I talk about my own experiences, not to say that people should not do what they like to do, but to make what is relevant should be relevant, not because someone doesn't speak English or someone has sweat patches because they've come in a rickshaw for an audition, or someone is sharing an apartment with 10 people in an uncool location. They shouldn't be shamed for that, and the doors shouldn't be shut on their faces because of that. And I feel why I was avoiding it, because it's a long answer, but also the fact that that today in industry we have a lot more democratic environment is also because of people like us who've been working at it. I see newcomers easily say, "Bhai, main English mein baat nahi kar sakta, main to Hindi mein baat karunga." So it's because we have made it appear cool, isn't it? So we are going to make outsiders feel and appear cooler, and that is my prerogative as an individual. If I don't do that, then I'm not, what is the purpose of my journey? So this is a healthy talk. I mean, what Bhatt Sahab said is his perspective, and everyone has had perspectives to it, but outsiders who come in, outsiders as in, what is an outsider? There's nothing called an outsider. We're all working to make cinema, and anyone who's working for some other intention is an outsider. So A, I don't consider myself an outsider. B, whoever comes from unconventional background, they should work towards it and not call themselves, oh, we've been lucky enough because we did not face any discrimination, or, oh, we were the chosen ones because, industry has accepted us with open hands. No, because people like us have been working at it. If today people are working with actresses who come from, indie film backgrounds or are niche, so-called niche backgrounds, it's because we have made it mainstream today. Today we can say that a film like Queen has been made mainstream because people worked at it. So we should all work at it, and not to point fingers and not to make it sound like a fight, but to make the society more democratic for everyone. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. A round of applause for the bold and beautiful Kangana Ranaut. Thank you so much. Melange by Lifestyle. Thank you. Make sure you watch that Facebook Live. It's coming up.
Thank you so much, Kangana, and thank you, Ms. Malini. Thank you.
Kangana, first of all, tell something about your association with the lifestyle and the Melange brand.
Melange Lifestyle brand I endorse for 2 years now, and my association with them is of a of a partner, a companion, because I share my ideas of design with them, and the way the brand is and what they endorse is my favorite, because I think we Indian women, contemporary Indian women, we seek our roots, and yet we want to look into the future, and we be a bit more like a global citizen when it comes to fashion. So yes, but that doesn't mean fashion doesn't mean endorsing Western sensibilities. Fashion means to have your own interpretation to who you are. So this is what we are. We are Indians, and yet modern. So we are not restricted to the boundaries of our homes. We are working women, and we are stepping out. We are participating in the progress of the nation, and being equals. So that's what Melange stands for me, and I love it.
And the fashion becomes a revolution among the common people mostly. How do you take the brand as in associated with the common man or common people?
Yeah, like I said, like we Indians, we really love our country, and we love our food, our fashion, our fabrics, like the cottons that they use, the prints that they use is it is deeply rooted in who we are, and yet because we have grown up in an environment where we grown up with wearing pants or jeans or shorts, so you'll see plazos, you'll see churidars, you'll see short kurtas. Like this kurta can be worn as a dress, so it's in a way that it has an identity of its own. It's not following anything, but it is making new rules and new trends.
It's rethink ethnic. So any particular era you rethink of, you want to follow that era?
Today, I think we are in today's time, and we must we must propagate the modern Indian woman, and that's who we are. Like, I am a modern woman, and I want to tweak my own my own Indian sensibilities a bit, and have an amalgamation of my own perspective, my own ideologies in my expression of fashion. So that's what fashion stands here for me.
And what personally Kangana likes to wear most? What makes you comfortable?
See, I like kurtas, like the short ones with shorts, or I like to wear plazos with kurtas. What I'm wearing right now, when you go to a shoot, when you get your makeup done, you want to be dressed up and yet comfortable. So that's my favorite.
And what will be the style statement for you on the summer, especially this summer?
Summer is going to be all about nice pastel shades and flowy cuts, and cotton. Yes, my favorite fabric.
Okay. As we all know, you are coming up with Rani Lakshmi. So, fashion, how much the fashion will be involved in that film? Because that era had most of the saris we can see in the saris, and will we going to see some of your collection? Means some of your
no.
Do that.
Nita Lula is doing the costume for that, so she will interpret it. You will not see my designs in Queen of Jhansi now.
But anything of your inputs into that, and what sort of preparation?
So she's designing the look. Nita Lula is yet designing the look for it. We haven't had the first trial yet, but we will very soon. We will. So yeah, I will, if I can in any way, I will definitely express.
Are you feeling any sort of pressure for playing such an epic role?
I am under a lot of pressure, to be honest. I am under a lot of pressure because Queen of Jhansi has a very godly sort of aura to her. There have been freedom fighters, and then there have been Lakshmi Bai, so she's literally worshipped in the country. So I went to Vaishno Devi and I sought her blessings to start this character, but I'm under a lot of pressure because I usually did a lot of flawed characters. I did characters who are very human, but this is extraordinary woman, and a woman who's so close to what purity is. So I'm under a lot of pressure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.